Greetings from the Nationwide series on the Smithers Racing channel here at Bristol to complete race number 12 on my part-time schedule for 2009. The last time I ran in this series was Michigan, where I achieved my first top 5 finish since my win at IRP. There was a long stretch of bad Cup Series races overshadowing anything I was doing in this 43 car for Braun Racing, and those two finishes were carrying me through my summer slump. The championship battle in the Nationwide series is close between Kyle Busch, rookie Justin Allgaier, and myself. Of course, we find ourselves at the track where rowdy Kyle Busch used to find so much success in the lower series and the Cup Series here. Very dominant. And don't count out Justin Allgaier because he has been the most consistent Nationwide series regular of all 12 races ran so far. I've been turning in a little bit of a rocket man this weekend around Bristol Motor Speedway. Got 2 poles and 2 races. Didn't quite work out in the truck series for a victory. I might have shot myself in the foot backing out of the whole game. We're never going to know if those 2 tires would have helped me out. But tonight we're racing against rowdy Kyle Busch, who's qualified on the outside in his 18 NOS Energy Joe Gibbs Racing Toyota. There's a handful of other Cup Series stars as well in the field tonight. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Matt Kenseth, Ryan Newman, Carl Edwards, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Paul Menard, David Rudiman, David Reagan, myself, Reed Sorensen. Nearly damn half the field's all Cup drivers in this grid tonight, looking down through the back half, and damn, I've never seen that many people check out and miss qualifying. Brad Keselowski, Brendan Gaughan, Trevor Bayne, Michael McDowell, Jason Keller, Mike Bliss did not make a qualifying effort. They're going to be starting from the back. But here is the rest of your starting grid if you're concerned about any of these Nationwide Series regulars. Back to the top of the grid. I'm ready to go racing. I'm recording this back off of the Truck Series. Really kind of want to rebound from that because I definitely thought I had a shot at winning it until I backed out of the damn game. But I just got to swallow that loss and move on. I think it's going to be an awesome fight tonight here, wheel to wheel, with the king of Bristol Motor Speedway, Kyle Busch. Already got the Truck Series victory, looking to try and get the Nationwide Series victory, and watch out because he might get this Bristol night sweep that I was trying to accomplish. It's our second night in NASCAR's Top 3 Series here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and let's look at the stats and information for the Nationwide Series. We've got 100 laps around the circuit tonight, and we have all 42 cars on the racetrack, 43 including myself. Must have just had a light load on the trucks that showed up for the race last night. Once again, we have the opponent difficulty at 95%. Damage level is unrealistic. The yellow flags are on. I might have the black flag clear thing all figured out. We'll have to see as we move on forward and if I have to use it for anything in the future of the series. And the weather for tonight, it's definitely a little bit warmer than last night's truck race at 96 degrees Fahrenheit, clear skies, and once again, a little tiny breeze of a couple miles an hour from the northwestern side. Once again, a short warm-up lap. Green flag going to be dropping. Nationwide Series is underway here at Bristol Motor Speedway. I said that in a completely different word factor than what it should have been, but we're green racing here in the Nationwide Series. Second week, second race, second video in a row that I'm out on the pole and going to lead the first couple laps here. Got ahead of Kyle Busch. We had a great start to the Truck Series race. Led the first 10, 12 laps or so before I got overtaken by the top 10 guys. And then on the second attempt, I was out for a lot longer because we had a couple of early cautions, but same thing happened. I was only able to hang on to a 6th place finish. Hoping tonight in the Nationwide Series, I'm able to do a little bit more tire management. I'm able to keep front and keep on this lead a little bit longer and actually compete for the victory tonight against Kyle Busch. I know he's going to be the challenger to try and get me tonight. I'm basically holding him up on his Bristol sweep for the first time on the channel. My car is definitely a little bit loose. More loose than the truck is. Like, I can get on the gas when I try and stand on it on the exit of the corner. The back end just really wants to kick out sideways. I've even spun some tires a little bit when I was racing hard with Kyle Busch in a practice race. You can even see right there, I had to crank the wheel, and we already have a first caution on the night. As I'm sitting here talking about trying to figure out where my car is at. Looks like maybe Casey Atwood I saw the 05 red car. Did not take very long, not even 10 laps into the race yet, and I've got to give up my 1.3 second lead. First caution, 6 laps in here, looking at Mark Green in the 61. I think that's Brandon Wade, might be another driver, but you see Brad Keselowski put it through wide there, shoving these 2 slower guys, and Mark Green, the 49, gets turned off the nose of the 61. Caution's out immediately right there, car sideways on the racing surface, got to slow everybody down. Some of these guys that didn't make qualifying starts, though, causing some troubles for these slow back markers. Oh, damn! Man, I don't know what Terry did to this 49 Mark Green, and maybe something else happened a couple weeks ago, maybe a different incident, but that's the payback right there. Wasn't even the guy that turned him. Well, that was a quick way to knock out 10 laps led here in the Nationwide Series. Green flag back out, got 1 car on the inside, that's a lap car, that's Michael McDowell in the 26 Dodge. Rowdy Kyle Busch is the second car still in line. Back green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's go try and knock out some more laps here and get closer to the finish of this race, man. I'd love to come out and clock out a race, get a victory. We didn't even get fucking around a lap before the wrecking again. It's going to be one of those Bristols. So much for having a nice long green flag stint.
How do you have your hands full there trying to manage it?
Morgan Shepherd, did Jesus not take the wheel for you? Here we got Morgan Shepherd, Jason Keller, the 27 up underneath him. Oh, the 91's back into the fence again. Oh my God, that's a hard impact for old man Morgan Shepherd. Oh, gonna have to watch out for him and his roller skates. He gets flipped over by the 72. Now someone's really got to try. He's got the thing back in gear and back rolling again. I'm sure that gave him a good old rockin'. We didn't even get a good angle. Oh, we got a little bit loose off of 2 and then got stuck to the 27. They just drove to the pit wall there. That was a better, and then yeah, 72 just comes and T-bones and flips him. That freaking banking at Bristol. You gotta watch out for it, man. We're gonna be having a restart, and the 72 car is coming off a pit road right now. So if he causes a caution, I'm calling it now. Restart number 2. Got GoDaddy Downhard Jr. behind me. Don't know what happened to Kyle Busch there on that restart. He's not even in the top 5 right now. He's still in the top 10, but definitely lost a lot of time. Here's that 72. He got back out on track in time, about to put his ass lap down. Oh, we're drifting off of 4. Told you this 43 car has got some problems with it. Gotta get some heat built up and get some rubber worn into these tires. I think she straightens back out about 5-10 laps into this race. Also, if I'm sticking into that PJ1, she likes to stay straight too. Just the grip on this thing's not quite all there like it was on my truck. I mean, obviously it's 2 totally completely different race cars, but as far as like what I'm feeling right now, I'm just letting you know. Junior's right there. He's making similar lap time as me. I'm sure lots of people could be in threat to take this win away from me tonight. It's my job to try and manage the tires better than I did in the truck series. That's going to be a little bit more difficult with the car being on the looser side than the tight end side. Might not be burning up the right front as much, but having them rear tires, this 72 car is going to cause an accident. He keeps going on and off a pit road. I've lapped him about 3 or 4 times now at this point. I want to have a long green flag run, buddy. Just get your black flag and just go off the track. Stay off the track, please. That's going to be a caution here in a few laps. I can't not see it happen. 16 of Matt Kenseth's coming in, looking to try and get a Nationwide Series victory over his winless 2009 Cup season. Catching up to the 05 of Casey Atwood. Around the outside of him, this car does nicely around either lane on good sets of tires. Like I said, get that rubber built in, and we are going places in this 43 machine. Hitting the quarter mark, 75 laps to go. That's how many laps we have in the truck race. Whoa!
Yellowed out.
Uh-oh. Oh my God, I didn't realize the 49 was backwards. I smacked and pancaked the fucking wall. I didn't want to get hit involved. Oh, I should have slowed down, went to the inside. I think we're going to be okay with the damage. Doesn't look as bad as it felt. I mean, I guess at this rate, we're taking out all the slower guys, right? Damn, the 0 car gave no fucks about Mark Reed, and that wall was stuck to him like glue. Fucking zombie auto. What was on that sticker, that decal? A little bit of extra fucking Gorilla Tape there. Like, I don't know what made the 49 stick and bounce off the wall like that so bad. Then there's me dive bombing there going, that wasn't as bad as it felt in the inside of the car there. I just barely kissed the wall. That pace car is off once again. Probably won't be the last time. And we're green flag again. That means I can stomp on the loud pedal and get away from Casey Atwood and Matt Kenseth out there in second place. Hopefully he gets stuck to the outside. I got a nice wrap around the bottom there. Keep the 43's rear tires underneath me. And Matt Kenseth, holy shit. He has got a bat out of hell. He got a hell of a run off of turn 2 on the high side there. He's close right up to my rear bumper. We might have a fight now. I thought it was going to be the 18 of Kyle Busch. Let's see what the 16's got.
Yellowed out.
Yellow's back out again as I cross the damn line. I was sideways there. We don't even have time to race each other, Kenseth. What the fuck is going on back there?
You're doing a good job.
Looking back at some of our non-qualifiers here, guys that had to start in the back, Clint Boyer on the 29, up on the high side, one of them, and he's trying to get through. Oh, 72 comes back out on track, scares this 99, a bunch of other drivers, and they just get piled up here into turn 3. Oh my god, Derek Cope, Terry Cook, Shelby Howard, your Talladega winner involved. Here's the 72 looping it back up onto the racing surface. It sure looked like it scared some of the people on the racing surface. Oh, Trevor Bain got turned by Jason Leffler, and Steve Wallace got turned by somebody else, so maybe it wasn't exactly his fault. Sorry, Mr. I think Benny Gordon, B. Gordon, I don't know who drives that thing. This was probably the most appropriate caution we've had so far. I mean, massive wreck here. 66 gets pinched in from either side, ran into by the 40 of Scott Wimmer. We got a dog pile, more cars piling in, no time to slow down. A lot of cars damaged and possibly even more obstructions for cautions to happen for the future of this race. Lights are off again on the pace car. He's pulling down into pit road. Let's see if we can maybe get a long green flag run this time, boys. Come on, let's do it. Got it out of there. I'm going to try and get on the high side of 1 and arc turn 2 like Kenseth did. See if I can get that same similar run. I had to burp out of the gas. I was going to get sideways. Kind of kept my distance on the 16. That was nice. Using that momentum to hug the bottom. Made another lap. At least it's under green this time. How long are we going to stay here? I'm sorry that this is a caution-filled race. Kind of to be expected at Bristol and Martinsville these days on NR2003. I mean, probably even more expected before I ever started this Smithers Racing channel. There's another fucking caution right there for you. I'm just now experiencing it for the first time on this 23-year-old game. So this time we have a couple of the Cup guys get involved in this wreck, trying to get around some of the lap cars that restarted up on the inside lane there. Newman split in the middle there, going on the inside in the 1 car, and gets up into the 0 and hooks in the 32 of Reed Sorensen with him. Newman gets more damage. They're all up against the wall. That wasn't enough to bring out the caution though. Green flag's still out. Here comes the 72 back on track. Has that got to do anything with it? Nope. Okay. Where's the caution? Well, the incident with Newman, Reed Sorensen, and the 0 car caused the actual caution, but look at this. 4-5 wide as Harvick split in the middle. Not quite working out as he gets hooked off the 11 of Mike Bliss is in the 11 car this week. Causes a huge pile up here. The 23, the 40, 98 of Pulmonard spun around. More cars getting front end damage. These guys are going to be slow as shit. Got to get some of these guys cleaned up and thin the herd out a little bit. On board the Sundrop 01 of Danny O'Quinn here. One of the back markers, kind of having a decent night here at Bristol. One of our short track racers, doesn't really come out much on anything bigger than a mile, but see here, he's getting heavy on the brakes and nearly made it through the wreck, but he got into the right rear, left rear quarter panel. Kevin Harvick, who slid back down the banking. We're going to have less than 10 laps to go. Leave a comment down below and let me know if there's going to be a caution coming before the halfway point. I'm betting money on it that it's going to happen again. I'm going to get the most laps just because we've let them all under caution. 56 lovely laps to go. I'd love to get a good 20-lapper green flag run in this thing. Got to hang back a little bit so Kenseth gets stuck on him on the outside here as we go into turn 1. I'm also going to use the outside banking as momentum and carry me. I was sideways going down the back straightaway. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, 43 car can't exactly grip up on lap 1. I gotta warm up the tires. 16 car of Kenseth is on my booty cheeks. Never mind, he's not even gonna have time to pass me as we get another caution out. God damn it. I literally just have to survive for like a lap or 2 on restarts.
What do you got in there?
And the race is mine! For anyone that left down in the comments below that there's going to be a caution before the halfway point, congratulations, you win a cookie today. We are halfway through this race, and I'm pretty sure we've had a caution every single 5 laps or so. Green flag's out. Oh man, I got a little bit spin in the tires there. A little bit late on the start. gonna help me out as Kenseth's gonna get stuck on the outside of the 26 and McDowell probably gonna have that run down the back straightaway. Nope, he gets blocked by the 26. That's something different that's happened. That's gonna give me even more of a distance. God, if this was the time to go green, please let it happen now. At least let me knock out 10 laps to make me feel like I've raced around Bristol this video. 16's clear of that lap car now. It's me and him fighting half a second for gap. This 43 is tuned up, ready to go now. I've got just the right wear in the tire. Oh yeah, come and get me, Kenseth. I'm just happy that we're running some green flag laps right now and I don't have to stop and cut through a caution or anything like that. Go back and look through the replay. I'm just trying to find my groove again and get back into a rhythm because I'm eating this up right now. I'm so happy that we have a green flag run around Bristol.
Yellowed out. Yellowed out.
Damn it, they heard me. Who couldn't keep their shit straight? Shelby Howard, oh my goodness. Who turned ya? It was nice for a little bit while it lasted. What happened to Kenseth? Look at him back there in my mirror. His front end's all buckled in. So I know it brought out the caution. I really want to see what happened to the 16 of Kenseth. Oh, what? He ran right into the back of Shelby Howard. I saw him make an evasive maneuver. Haha. Yeah, he jolted down to the inside like he was gonna dodge the 70, and I guess maybe the 70 didn't exactly have his car figured out what lane he was gonna be in, and 16 couldn't slow down. Junior escaped on by a little bit lucky there, some GoDaddy green luck. Another set lined up, another restart ready to go. We're gonna have 38 laps to go. Is this the one to run us to the end? Got a lot of lap cars on the inside there. Watch out, Junebug. Definitely could have another caution before I even get back onto the line. Not keeping my hopes up too high as we got not many laps to go and more cars are getting damage on their... Look at that. Just what I thought. Didn't think we were going to get back around to the line before caution's back out again. We're never going to get this race green. I'm just going to be doing this all the way down to like 2 to go. If I get this victory, it's going to be the most undeserved victory. I guess... Ta-da! I did good on restarts, but gotta crank down of them going 3 wide. Like, that's the only issues. They go 3 wide around here and they just can't. They gotta stay 2 wide. High line, low line. It's the only thing that can work out at Bristol. Well, 3 wide is one thing, but 4, that's something totally completely different. That's never gonna work out at Bristol. They got stuck together in the 0 car, the 31. Staten Barrett gets back up into the 07 and John West Henley, the 09, more damaged cars. And the hits just keep on coming for these guys racing in this race tonight. Chase Austin in the 07, piles back up into the 09, Scott Wimmer also there, John West Henley, 61 and 77 who got their hoods off. Nobody has got a clean race car really anymore in this race. I don't know what's going on right now, but these lap cars are on one. They just piled into the back of Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the high side wall riding. I gotta watch out. Literally gotta dodge these guys as they're trying to get back to their spots. Junior's now taken out of the race. Damn it. It's Kenseth and the 5 car. Not even on their own doing. Those were some good competition. Now we got Rowdy back up here, who's also somebody who's gonna be a threat to win this race. I'm not too confident this is gonna stay green for very long. Back out, might as well hit the gas and go, because it's see how long we last this time. Roll the dice. What do we get? Got another lap complete. Kyle Busch is on my tail coach right now. I'm sure he's saved up his car enough to put a hard charge towards the end. I really don't know where my tires are at because we ran maybe a collective 15 amount of laps. I know in the truck series it was about 10 when I burned out my tires and wasn't able to hold the lead anymore. I don't know about the Nationwide car. Putting it to the test now. Kyle Busch is behind me. Son of a bitch. I just want a fucking race, man. So we started out with 43 cars, and here's our top 10 right now. Going on down, there's the top 20 still on the lead lap. Got 21 cars. Then we get down to 22nd, Michael Annette, who's the first car lap down. And we only got 31 cars left, maybe 32, as we see Steve Wallace and Benny Gordon still out on the racetrack, but most of the field's starting to get wrecked out of this thing. And we're still having trouble getting it 2 wide, 3 wide worked out. 25 laps. Come on now, guys. Let's keep them wheels forward, keep them cars pointing in the right direction. Quarter of this race left to go. Smooth 1 and 2. Not trying to drift the car. Oh, I didn't quite get down to that dark groove like I have been every single restart. Still hang on to the lead. Cross the line, 24 laps to go around Bristol. Easy baby on those tires in case I have to actually put a long run together in the final 10 laps. Breaking away from the 18, he's still hanging there though. He's definitely wanting this win. He could sweep Bristol on the channel this set of races that we got around here. If he can get around me. Oh, I had to lift out of there in the center. I drove it in a little bit too deep.
Yellow that.
Son of a bitch, man. Just as when I'm like, oh, this might be a good green flag run that we're getting. Nope, some dumbass gets dumped off into the fucking pit road. And it's the same people every time. I don't know if I gotta run like limited amount of cars around this place on top of like doing more of the track I so they're not going 3 damn wide anymore. They're running really close to each other and they just hook down into the pit wall every single time. At least when we get to 10 to go, then we'll be able to restart in single file, so maybe they won't be as prone to be going 3 wide. 15 whole schmackaroo laps to go. Can we get it done? My fate is left in the field of the NR2003 Nationwide Series. Another good restart down to the PJ1. Oh, drifted after 2. Hang on to it though. That didn't even last half a lap. God damn it. Somebody was already spinning like before we got to 1 and 2. And then they're wrecking down the back straightaway. Goodness gracious, guys. Now this geriatric fuck that's been causing the majority of the cautions gets to get out behind the pace car because he got out of the pit road just in time. Man, some of these guys are just having a rough time around Bristol right now. Shelby Howard's one of them. Rookie car, got them yellow stripes on there, gets doored by the 6 of David Reagan and hooked off the nose of the 52, and Casey Howard gets spun in the process as well. I didn't get that long green flag run that I wanted, and we're under 10 laps to go. Gonna be 9 as we're hitting the green flag for the restart. Might not be the final one, but I definitely gotta be on my toes and not choke this one away in these last couple of restarts here. Green flag, waited for that flag man to drop it. Get the 4th gear, hug this bottom lane, because there's no lap cars for me to try and use as a pick to get the 18 to the outside as I drifted up. I'm shoving him to the outside now. Come on, stay in the gas, caution's back out again, and I blocked the 18. That one was a little bit more on edge there. The 18 was on my fucking bumper. I'm not even wasting time looking at the damn replay. We'll get cautions and different shots in post-editing. I just want to cross and see the finish line. It's going to be the most unfulfilled crossing the finish line first I think I've ever felt in a video game because I've done nothing but pace 90% of this race. After an hour and 20 minutes of recording around pacing most of this fucker, we got 3 laps to go. Green flag's out. I gotta try and hold off Rowdy and anyone else that's gonna challenge for this victory. If we get another caution, that's race over. I'm not gonna let the 18 get to the inside. I was so loose off of 2. Coming around, 2 laps to go around Bristol.
2 to go. 2.
Go, this is where my money's gonna get made right here, coming down to the white flag. No caution, gotta hold off Rowdy here.
White flag, 1 more.
Man, it's been a long night for all of us, some different than others as far as being a wrecked race car or wrecking multiple times around the final 2 corners. Holding off Rowdy, checkered flag at Bristol. I broke his sweep. Those final 3 laps is what I needed. Imagine the fight we would have had for that victory if we would have had a long green flag run and freaking Dale Earnhardt Jr., Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, those guys that didn't get damaged and stuff. Kyle was the only one that survived. Gotta get a burnout in with the 43 car at least. The STP colors, you know, don't know if this is gonna ever happen again. Only got 2 more starts in this thing. Those final 4 laps battling out the victory with Kyle Busch was worth all of those pacing laps that I did. Took an hour and a half to complete a 100-lap race around Bristol. Really shouldn't have been that long, but it allowed us to lead every single lap on this race, 100 laps to our name, and that jumps up our lap counter quite a lot. We are for sure now going to be the most with the laps led at the end of the season. I felt like a lucky AI that was placed right in front of the train and everyone was running on rails around this place, not even enough time to get speed built up to make passes. The cautions were flying out too fast, and even though I did get a victory tonight, it did not help out the point situation because my competitor, Kyle Busch, finished on my rear bumper. I feel like Carl Edwards against Jimmy Johnson a little bit in 2008. I'm not going to be gaining any points on Kyle if he's finishing right behind me. 23 points is the gap with 3 races left. Not a whole lot of movement in the top 12 here for the Nationwide Series. Brennan Gaughan, Brad Keselowski leapfrog over Michael McDowell, who was not in the 47 this week, and Steve Wallace, who did not perform very well. Doesn't even have a top 5 on the season. Neither does Jason Keller in the 27, but he's tied with Kevin Harvick for 7th position. On the second page of the Nationwide point standings, we have David Reagan in 13th place, moved up. Since Scott Speed was not in the 99, it was Trevor Bayne, and that's where a lot of this movement on the second page is stemming from. Scott Legacy Jr. wasn't in the 11. Clint Boyer was in the 29 tonight versus Jeff Burton, who's fallen down to 25th, and 2 drivers that are sharing the 5 car for Junior Motorsports are trying to settle out 15th in points. In the final page of the points here, I know I'm cutting it off by a few positions, not all the way down to 43rd, but I'm telling you, no movements really happened. The 2 car of Austin Dillon, who's made like maybe 2 or 3 starts on the season, still down there. One of the drivers of the 52 is hanging on to one of the spots. Like, it's some of these starting parks and part-timers that have really not made any noise whatsoever in the series. Michael Annett moves up to 27th. Matt Kenseth, the other driver of the 16 machine, falls to 28th. David Ruderman in the 10 machine for Braun Racing moves up a lot. He wasn't even on this page in the last race. I believe he was fighting for the borderline of the 42nd, 43rd position. Moves up to 31st. And that brings us back to the top of the points grid and to the conclusion of the Nationwide Series at Bristol. As I did mention before, we have 3 races left in this season for the 15 total that I had scheduled out. This point battle is going to get really interesting as we get to the conclusion of the season at Homestead. Kyle Busch, myself, and Justin Allgaier finished 1, 2, 3 at Bristol tonight, and that's basically the fight for the championship. Our season statistics between us are very similar. I may have squeaked out with more wins, lucked out with that. I've also crashed out of races early on in the season when the 18 hooked me around at Texas. I'm loving this fight, and I hope you are too. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to find out who the champion's going to be, not only in this series, but the Cup and the trucks. And though we may have had a lot of caution laps tonight, I hope you did enjoy the video enough to slap the like button. I paced around a lot, but you guys didn't see that. I cut that out. Left it for caution replays. The Cup Series had a taste of this, and if it wasn't for me knocking down the first domino to having a bunch of cautions happen in the race, I feel like we had a good long green flag run. We did towards the end of it. Each one of these races this weekend has been a different variable. So going into next year, I'm just going to try and tweak a little bit more on the track I&I and maybe not try and wreck people. That's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And with that, I hope you stay safe out there. I will see you for the Cup race for the Bristol Night triple header finale. Peace out.